Hello, welcome back to a new series which I have honestly never played before. This will be Halo 2 on Minecraft Vista, on Windows Vista. And with me I have Structure joining me,
Indeed.
and
Uh,
today we'll be figuring out, or I will be figuring out, how to actually play this game. I've never played it before. Don't kill me.
yes, he's playing the PC version, which was... The PC versions of Halo seem to be sort of like a lucky accident. Like, the first game comes out on PC because I suppose they don't really know how the Xbox is going to do fully at that point. I'm not certain. And then they put out Halo 2 on PC just because they want to promote Vista, which doesn't end up working out. And of course, sadly, since the Xbox is doing well at that point, they have no reason to release Halo 3 on PC.
Exactly.
At least we got these ones, I suppose.
Yeah, and I did play a little bit. I wanted to make sure it's a good port. It can be a bit framey after a little bit. It just is not very well optimized. But
yeah.
other than that, this port's really fun. It's the only way I can actually play the game.
Yeah, this is, ironically, since Halo was the one who originally, started doing the whole, joystick look thing, it ends up being the one that, kills it for us. That's why we're playing it here.
Or mainly it kills it for the Gungeon. The Gungeon. But I mean...
Yeah, I'm not very good with, joystick look either.
It's kinda hard.
Yeah, I much prefer mouse look, especially considering I have a $50 mouse and an $80 keyboard. So,
yeah,
might be part of a factor in the mouse's favor, in my opinion.
So I played a little bit of this in my spare time, and so I got to the first Arbiter mission, and so I like the Arbiter missions. I think they're fun. So that's why the name is All Rider.
Yeah. I found the Arbiter missions often more interesting than the Chief missions in this game. Of course, the Arbiter is a more interesting character, for obvious reasons.
So we're gonna start the campaign.
Alright.
We're gonna play we're gonna do normal mode because, like I said, I'm too scared of this game. I think it might want to kill me.
Yeah, heroic mode gets easier in the later games, like say Halo Reach and Halo 4, but back in Halo 2 and 3 it was something to be reckoned with.
Yeah. So, we're gonna be quiet for the cutscenes. Would you agree with that, Mr. Structor?
I don't know about that, honestly.
Yeah. Though, the one major problem which I do have with the Halo games as a whole is that they never make Master Chief seem like a good character. They make him a very selfish character.
He's not a very interesting character, of course. He's not very relatable and such. I mean, thankfully Halo has other characters that are more interesting, like, well, Arbiter here, and, or if you prefer to call him by his actual name, Thel Vadam, and Guilty Spark, which is my favorite.
The Prophets are very interestingly designed. It looks like they spent way too much. They look like they spend way too much time being hunched over a computer. Don't you agree?
Yeah. Poor guys, I know how that neck strain feels.
Okay,
I couldn't
don't.
just start up the bar and let YouTube play Halo.
Oh,
here is Adam, joining us halfway through the stream again.
You know what?
Well, only a few minutes into the stream, I suppose.
Yeah. We're currently on the first mission. And, Adam,
First,
There is 15 missions in this game, but I believe 2 of them are not missions, so that means 13. However, Halo 2 has some long missions compared to the other games. I'm surprised when people complain about Halo 2 being too short or so, because some of these missions go on a very long time, and also has the most missions of all the games, I believe. I think maybe it's just people who are bitter about the ending,
hey,
which I won't spoil for the Gungeon here.
hey, Structor,
Soon the great journey
Yes?
begin.
could you invite Mr. Adam to
But
the
when it does,
stream?
the weight of your heritage
Certainly.
will stand your feet,
For people who
and you
don't
shall
know,
be left
we're
behind.
doing it through when one person is playing it, but if we have 2 commentators, we're doing it through, the Steam stream, because Skype takes up good amount of the bandwidth,
There's viscosity throughout
and
the
it
gel
just
layer.
doesn't end up sounding good,
Totally fried.
and
Let's not
we're
even talk
doing
about the
this
power
for
supply.
you guys.
You know how expensive this gear is, son?
Yeah,
the
hopefully
only
I can
problem- The only problem, though, with using Steam is there's a minute-and-a-half delay, so for a majority of it, Structor and I will be reacting to something that has already happened.
Yeah.
Your new suit's
Yeah.
a Mark 6. Just came
It's
up
not
from
that
Song
big of a
Inn this
deal,
morning.
and
Try and take
by the way,
it
I
easy
can't
until you get used to the upgrades.
send an invite to
Okay,
Adam.
test your targeting first.
You have
Please
to do
look
it.
at the top light. Good.
Okay,
Now
well-
look at the bottom light.
I can just... Here, I have a solution. I got it, I'm already
There.
watching.
Okay.
Alright, look at the top
Alright,
light again.
good.
That's it.
Um,
Now
Doing
the bottom
horribly.
light. Okay. Tracking looks sketchy. I'm gonna run you through the full diagnostic. The diagnostic software sets your targeting system to be normal.
I'm gonna quickly make sure that I have VSync off. For those people who don't know, VSync limits your frame rate.
Yes, the problem is that it can limit your frame rate even when it's not at the above the maximum frame rate. Also, certain monitors are better at it than others. Like my monitor, it doesn't like rain for some reason.
Go ahead
Whenever
and look
rain
into the
appears,
four
like in
lights,
Left 4
Chief.
Dead
Want me to leave it
or
like that or make it
Minecraft,
emergency?
for instance, it drops down to 30 frames.
I'll leave your
So I
targeting
generally
set
just
to normal.
leave VSync
Change your
off
mind,
and
you can
deal
switch
with
the
the
setting
screen
anytime.
tearing.
Stand by.
Which
I'm gonna
screen
offline
tearing is
the
when
inhibitor.
certain parts of the screen load faster than
Move around a
others.
little. Get
Yeah.
out
For those who don't
before
know.
you're
Due to the
ready,
brightness,
meet me
good
by
god,
the
you
side.
whitewashed everything.
Well, for the YouTube makes videos look darker.
Hey, take
That
it
is
easy.
not really true at all. Good god.
Fine. I'll turn it down.
Set it back to its default.
That's around... I'm gonna do it a bit higher, so it's at 5.
Pay attention, because I'm only going over this once. This
So,
station will
yeah,
test
with
your
this game,
recharging energy shields.
It... The one thing
On
which
in, I'll show
I
you.
have a really big problem with is that it's a bit framey.
Listening
It
to
wasn't
me? Your new
optimized
armor
well.
shields are extremely
Well,
resilient,
of course
very
not. It's
efficient.
not meant to be played on the
Bingo.
By the
You
way,
can see,
The reason,
they
part of the
recharge
reason
a
why
lot
we're doing
faster.
this is to get revenge on Adam for saying some bad
If your
things
shields
about
go down,
Platypus.
find some cover,
And also
wait for the
about
meter to
play.
read fully charged. That
No, I
is
actually
hide
don't
behind
mind
me.
this game that much.
You don't want
However,
boy here
revenge
messing
is
guns?
nicer.
His armor's working fine, Johnson, so shut your
A few
chilly
things
hole.
which I
You're free
do
go,
have to
son.
complain
Just
about
remember,
Halo
take things slow.
is that the
Don't
level
worry,
design,
I'll hold his hand.
it looks like someone gave a child a whole bunch of building blocks and told them to make a good level.
So, Johnson, when you
Well,
gonna
that's
tell
not
me how you
necessarily
made it back
fair.
home
The
in
level
one
design is
piece?
actually quite
Sorry,
intelligent
guys.
and makes you have to
Classified.
think to get out of it.
My
But I mean,
ass. Well, you can forget
it's not-
about those adjustments to your
The level design isn't
he's
that
not
good
particularly
compared to
fine.
other
Maybe Lord
games
Hood
of
didn't
the
give him
time.
an invitation.
Doom had alright level design,
Doom had to have linear level design because it was the first of its kind.
It was actually not very linear. Are you kidding? You went around running around in circles trying to figure out where to go.
When I
And
shipped out for basic,
that was
the
really...
orbital defense grid was all
kinda edgy.
theory and politics. Now look,
Halo does the same thing by that argument.
But
I
I
don't
mean,
see your point.
But I mean,
That
it's
Mac
not
one can put around
straightforward.
clean through a
Doom,
Covenant
it was
capital ship.
straightforward. you ran around, looked for secrets, and once you found those secrets, then you could go to the next level.
Why does it have to be straightforward?
This is, it seems like there's a debate between the whole linear versus non-linear thing, or maybe it's just me, but I personally generally prefer linear games.
Technically,
But
Halo is a
as
very
long
linear
as you do
game.
non-linear well,
Okay, I will
it can
admit
be
that
very
certain maps and level designs are a little bit confusing, but for the most part, Halo 2's level design isn't that bad. When compared to a lot of other games, it's pretty decent.
there are some good, some are better than others, like say Metropolis, you barely get lost in. Quarantine Zone is one of my one of my favorite levels from Halo.
Really, that's what I got the most lost in.
Well, maybe Quarantine Zone can have some of those parts, but yeah.
Question.
There are some levels. Yeah.
Quick question. What are the big hairy Sasquatch-looking things
Brutes.
that are carrying
Those
the
brutes.
Arbiter?
Those are brutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they terrifying?
No, they're cuddly.
If they came to hear me beg,
Really, I mean,
they will be disappointed.
they wouldn't hurt a fly. Especially the one with the big hammer.
Can I pick up that big hammer?
Wait till Halo 2.
Okay. Why is the Arbiter getting cooked?
Because he didn't protect the Halo ring from getting destroyed in the first game.
With all fairness to the to Mr. Vadam here, it wasn't exactly very easy for him to do that.
Near IO, we have probes en route.
I apologize,
Jesus.
but we're going to have to make this
That's
quick.
actually kind of terrifying. Cortana's eyes?
You look nice.
What's wrong with her eyes?
It
Sergeant
looks
Major,
like they were
the
layered
Colonial Cross is
wrong.
awarded for acts of
to
What
the
are you
me-
talking
rest-
about?
They look more solid than the rest of her body.
Yeah, there is a remake of this game on Xbox One.
No,
I haven't
no,
actually
no,
played
no.
it, but some of the cutscenes are much better.
Bad.
But what's wrong?
It's all wrong. They screw up
Also-
the character models.
Also,
However,
with the-
look at
Commander Miranda Key.
Grapevine looks
Your
much
father
better in
actually
the
was
remake.
with the highest
A quick question. Why are there metal things in the back of all their people's heads?
impossible odds reflect
They're computer chip. They're AI chips. Well, they're slots for AI chips.
Then couldn't the Covenant, are they? Couldn't the Covenant
What?
take over? Just hack into their
No.
brains and take it over?
The Covenant doesn't have that sort of technology.
But I mean, they have laser weapons.
Yes,
Why?
but everything that they have is based off of Forerunner technology, which isn't remotely close to what the humans have or similar.
You know, that Arbiter...
Laser weapons are overrated. I mean, I wouldn't be too afraid if someone pointed a laser gun at me, but if someone pointed an actual gun at me,
Yeah.
that'd be a bit more trouble.
Negative, Admiral.
Why doesn't the human... Why don't the humans have much better
Yes, sir.
You
defenses?
have the Mac gun, Cortana.
I
Because
mean-
because plasma weapons are more powerful than bullets.
Right. The fleet
No.
that destroyed Reach was 50 times this
Nuclear
size.
And-
throne.
Sir,
Or
additional
not
contact.
nuclear
And
throne.
also
Try to take our
human
Mac guns offline.
technology
Give their
just isn't
capital ships a straight
human
shot at
armor
Earth.
like human
Master Chief,
ships and stuff
defend
aren't
this
designed to
station.
take massive blasts of plasma.
Right.
So yeah, they're not exactly the strongest, and they're outnumbered completely. The Covenant fleet is massive, and thousands upon thousands of worlds.
You know what I think? I think, the Combine could easily take over the Covenant. Here's the reason why. They just have a lot more resources. And the head crabs
I
could take
suppose the
over-
battle begins.
And, the...
I'm not doing this
Can I
tonight,
take one of these guns right there?
Yeah, sure you go.
Oh, those are... should I change it? Can I dual wield, that with the pistol? Yeah.
What with the pistol?
SMG and pistol.
Yeah, that's actually not that bad of a combination. You generally want to dual wield a shield destroying weapon with a armor piercing weapon, or so. I don't know how exactly to refer to them, but yeah, the SMG is good at breaking shields, and then the pistol is good at killing unshielded enemies, which is about 90% of the enemies in campaign, because of the flood, which you'll see later.
He's already seen the flood, though.
Well, not in this playthrough.
Why are the elites...
Oh yeah, that's why the rifles are really good in campaign, because like the battle rifle is able to snap off grunts real fast.
Quick question, and I know that this is going to annoy you guys, but I mean, why do the elites, are they?
Yeah.
Why do they not... why do they have, like, really bad armor?
They have shield that actually protects them from quite a lot.
And also, how were the grunts taken over? That's something that kind of bugs me.
Their world was invaded by the Covenant fleet,
Gotcha.
and they became subservient and became they became enslaved basically, and were forced to mass breed.
I mean, they aren't bad. I mean, they're certainly more likable than the, at least in the Arbiter missions, they're a lot more likable than the elites, if that's what they're called.
What do you mean?
They're a lot cuter, a lot nicer.
Well, they're cuter, yeah, that's kind of the point.
And
Nicer, the elites are pretty cool, though.
Me? Oh, you give me gun? Oh, me don't deserve this. Me say you a good guy.
Yeah.
They're so nice.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
And I feel sad that they were taken over by such a rude alien race.
Well, not race, the conglomerate. There's multiple races in the, multiple species, in the, group.
Well,
They all...
Isn't it rude to call those aliens rude?
maybe they're codependent.
Codependent. Well, the Covenant is basically just a hierarchy of alien races.
It's the
And the
patriarchy.
grunts at the bottom.
Anyways, yeah, the world of Halo is really good, I think.
I don't think...
It sets it up quite well and is very detailed, like
Yes,
with your alien species and such.
That's one of the reasons I'm not a very big fan of Half-Life, because they don't explain anything.
They do in the later
Half-Life
games.
At least not from the get-go, which I find kind of annoying. And also, there's not much context you're given, which works for something like Portal, but not necessarily for something like a shooter where you're supposed to kind of understand what's going on.
Well,
that's...
can't you make the argument that Portal is a shooter?
Oh, be quiet.
You shoot...
You died.
Yeah, I do think
Well, I had a
Half-Life
problem.
reveals a lot of details later on.
Yeah, I mean, it
And
kind of-
also, it's a step above Halo for not having any cutscenes, really,
and
which is a
that-
good thing.
And that's kind
So,
of hard
I
to do.
don't see what's wrong with cutscenes, though. They're a good way of storytelling.
Well, in a movie, yeah, but in a game, you shouldn't take control away from the player that often, because eventually the player will get tired of that.
Well, the argument can be made that for Half-Life, the control's taken away from you because you have to wait around and let events for the story unfold.
Yeah, but you still see it in like a first-person perspective and such. I mean,
Halo,
and also you
because
play out any of the
because of the
sections.
cutscenes almost make Halo more cinematic in a way,
Here's
which is
my...
what Halo's
I
going
don't think that's necessarily a good thing. It's,
quick question, and this is important to me. Why does Master Chief have recoil
What do you mean?
when he shoots a gun? I mean, when you're firing the SMG, the pointer, the mouse area, the thing which you're aiming with, the crosshair, it moves upwards. If he's supposed
yeah,
to be
that's
the...
an irritating thing about the SMG.
If he's the strongest thing alive, shouldn't he be able to,
It's just a gameplay mechanic, though.
That's not something you see in many FPSs, so that's one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of the SMG. Is recoil?
It's really powerful. I like dual wielding SMGs.
Oh well, suppose. But yeah,